I want to ask all the non-Iranians present today to please continue to watch Iran and speak up, because we need your voice when we need the attention of the international community at this time. So I want to talk a little bit about women in Iran. We've seen a lot of videos and photos, and there's been a lot of talk about how Iranian women are part of the protests. We know that they've been part of the group that have been killed. They're arrested. They're of the groups that speak up. There are a lot of women. There are people who are following up on prisoners and write about the prisoners and their condition that are women. And there are lawyers who are trying to represent them that are women. Obviously, women are present in all these aspects. And what matters, obviously, women are 50% of our population. So what is impressive here is that they're doing this despite the fact that they face discrimination, or I should say we face discrimination in our Iranian legal system and in our society. So that's the part that's impressive. And all of us, we should remember, let's not forget, that each one of us has a responsibility to stand with Iranian women when they demand equality. All of the women that are proud of today, they need to be equal to men in our society, in our culture, and in the law. So I want to go one step further than that and talk about the women's rights movement. This includes both men and women, and especially men are active, also active, especially young men in Iran are active in the women's rights movement. And I want to tell you that Iranians have created a movement of gender equality in Iran, which flourished for the past 4 years despite Ahmadinejad. And throughout this movement has taught us a lot about civil activism and peaceful resistance. And I'm sure that we'll continue to see lessons of this movement in our activism here and in Iran in the weeks and months to come. So some of these examples are, for example, peaceful resistance, finding mutual objectives with others, working in non-hierarchical networks. This is something that we see a lot in a lot of the things that are happening. And focusing on demands rather than ideologies. Iranian women and the younger generation of Iranians are trying to move forward from ideologies. They're trying to focus on objectives and finding mutual objectives with other people. And these are some of the ideas that the women's rights movement and the 1 Million Signatures campaign have put to practice for the past 3 years. And they've sprinkled this all over our society through their everyday activism. So that's why, I think that's why we see a lot of these characteristics in our movement, that's the post-election movement, and we'll continue to see that more. Now, I want to especially talk to my Iranian compatriots here. Another one lesson that I learned from the feminist movement is that you always begin with yourself. We can't help others genuinely and effectively if our own community is disconnected and in distress. So that's something that I've learned from being part of the women's movement. And I think that our community here needs serious work. And in order for us to be able to help people in Iran effectively, we need to mend our community here as well. And so I'm humbly asking all of you to collectively stand up to bullying, intolerance, dishonesty, blaming, and mistrust in our community here, and replace it with ethics, mutual respect, honesty, authenticity, and forgiving one another. And this is my humble request from all of you tonight. Thank you.